Hello and good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you are. It's Crypto Granny, Bobby. Super Bowl Sunday. There's a lot going on. You're going to see a lot and hear a lot about crypto today. The market basically is in a consolidation phase at this very moment, and we got to wait and see what happens. There's going to be a lot of ads for crypto. They're in the Super Bowl, so keep your eyes out for that. I heard that Drake has a 1 point something million bet on one of the teams, and it's going to be interesting to watch this play out. But I just wanted to go into the market, and before I do, I'm going to read out the prices. If there's anyone that wants to join the chat and talk about crypto, I'm going to drop the link in the comments. You're more than welcome to come on in and talk about crypto. You can be a professional, you can be a newbie, or someone who's just interested in crypto, and I'd be more than happy to answer any questions that I can possibly answer as honest as I can. The reason for my channel is to give out information to basically, education, to find out if anyone needs information on how to get involved and how to start, when to go in. And that's basically what I'm here for. And it's for educational purposes only. And I want to thank Paul from the Crypto Factor. He was my guest this morning, and it was a pleasure having him on my show. And I'd like to have, you don't have to be someone into crypto to join the stream. Just come on in with a question, no questions, dumb question, and this is what I'm here for. Okay? Give me one moment. I'm gonna read the market. I'm gonna read the market prices right now. Let's see what's going on. And don't forget to pick up the or go and look into the project if you want to do a play to earn NFT game that's launching. It's called BitBulls. It's BitBullz.io to get more information. I spoke about it in my last video. We're gonna go to coin. We're gonna check out the prices. Okay, let me put on my glasses. I can see everything except for when I gotta read. Wow, that's much better. I feel like I just got my eyesight. So how was everybody out there today? Is everybody doing well? Is anybody making money, losing money? Anybody thinking about jumping in? The current market cap is $1.8 trillion as we speak. Bitcoin is at 42,268. Ethereum is at 2917. It's been kind of stagnant, sitting in the same place all day. BNB is 402. Actually went up 0.66% since my last stream. XRP is up 7.45%, and that's at 83 cents at the moment. Cardano's sitting at 105. It's been going in between 104 and 108 all day. Solana is 95.86. It's down 0.82%. Avalanche is $82.56. Doge is still sitting at 14 cents. Polkadot 1911. Binance US dollar is 0.99 cents. Shiba is it's pretty low right now. Crypto.com is 49 cents. You're gonna see a bunch of commercials and ads for Crypto.com. Um, the Litecoin is 125.92. Cosmos is $27. Chainlink is 15.93. Uniswap is 10.64. Tron is 63 cents. FTX token is $44.38. Algorand is currently at 91 cents. Stellar XLM is 21 cents. Decentraland, which is for the metaverse, Mana, is at $2.90. It's down almost 2%. Sandbox is at 422 and it's 1.48% down. ICP Internet Computer is at $20.90 actually. $20. It was $20.09. Now it just went up. It's $20.11. V-Chain is at 5 cents. Axie Infinity is $59, and so on. If there's any tokens, Harmony One is 18 cents. Pancake Swap is at $7.83. If there's any tokens that you want me to check out, and we can look at the charts and see where it's going, the predictions, I'll be more than happy to do so. But in the meantime, I just want to let you know, never buy something that's in the green. Always buy it on red. Buy it low, sell it high. Dollar cost average in. Don't panic sell. That's a rule of thumb. You lose a lot when you panic sell. You could dollar cost average in and out. Today I was given advice, and the advice was try to pull out your initial investment when you see profit, and then everything from there on, it's game on, it's all gains, and you never lost a cent. So I'm gonna try to stick to that because like I say in all my videos, I'm not a trader. It don't necessarily mean I'm trading if I sold, but I don't want to jump out and not. It's not a fear anymore, but like if I invested $1 in something and it goes up to $3, it does make sense for me to at least pull out half of it. So now I have my investment back and then a little bit more, like some kind of profit. And then everything else is just riding from that point on. But we could get more into details and, other streams. But for the moment, I just wanted to explain, when that was broken down to me today, it kind of made sense because I've seen profits and didn't want to pull it, not because I was hoping it goes up higher. I was just scared that if I pull out and it keeps going up, can I afford to buy back in? So you have to consider those things and and so on. So in the meantime, I'm gonna, like I always do, I go around and I try to pull up current events, things that have to do with crypto, and this is what I'm going to do. Let's see what's going on in the crypto space. And what we try to do is avoid what we call FUD, which is BS. And uh, they say buy the rumor, sell the news. And to be quite honest, you'll hear 100 things. You'll hear that a coin is going to 1,000x. You'll hear that a coin is going to zero. You'll hear that another coin is better than another coin. And you really just have to be pretty much savvy and figure out what's right and what's wrong. So, here we go. Let's see. Let me see what we can stream here. I'm going to see. Give me 1 second. And like I said, if you want to talk crypto, please hit the link in the comment, and I'll be more than happy to answer any questions you may have. Okay, what is the current? I'm going to see what we got here. Like, for example, we got global. Crypto is under attack. See, like you get different articles. When was this posted? Let me see. It's a 2-minute video. Let me see. I don't know if I want to share that. Give me one moment. There's so much going on right now with the war.
Behave, be good little people, citizens. Okay, hold on. Well,
all right. We're gonna play this. This is from Wendy O, and I'm gonna see what she's talking about, and I'm gonna share this with you. We can watch it together, and then I can comment on what I understand from the video, and that'll start a discussion. Okay, this is Wendy O. trying to see when this aired, and I can't even. Naomi Brockwell, she's into crypto also. So let's see what they're saying.
You guys or debate crypto.
All right, what are you saying, Wendy? Okay, it's loading. What are you saying? Let's see. We're lagging again. Just my luck. This is Naomi Brockwell. This is Wendy O. And this is Crypto Keeper. Okay, why isn't she playing?
Call you.
You can call me whatever you want. Just don't call me late for dinner, right? Is that a good dad joke? Is that a good dad joke or no?
That's such a
Are you wearing New Balances right now?
I will neither confirm nor deny that.
I love it. My forehead is super shiny today. Oh well, that happens.
Yeah,
Anyways.
you can just keeper, crypto keeper, whatever, debate crypto. I'll respond to all.
Awesome. Yeah. So anyways, on today's show, we're going to talk about Bitcoin price action because everybody is losing their darn minds. And also too, we've got some news stories to cover, Super Bowl, obviously. And Twitter is down, just for everybody watching. If you are freaking out because you thought that your Twitter is banned, you're not banned from Twitter. You're just kind of, nothing is working right now. So there's that. And before we get started, I kind of want to touch on, no, I'll talk about that a different day. But anyways, let's go ahead and cover our first story here.
Hey, Wendy,
this one is
Wendy, real
Yes.
quick question for you.
Yes.
Do you think Twitter's down right now because there's a whole bunch of maybe information that they're trying to suppress, or I got my tinfoil hat?
Oh, I love a good conspiracy theory.
I think that they do that to I think that could possibly be a reason. There's a lot of we can't say what's happening because the show will get dinged.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of things being changed with different things in the United States involving schools and our babes.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are happy and a lot of people are upset. Well, I'm happy about it. But it could be one of the reasons why. Plus, there's multiple other things. So we're
Yeah,
gonna
I could just see like they're
CIA,
trying to stifle all of our communications. You know what I mean? Like, and
Yeah.
Twitter would be a good way to do that. So.
We got
Yeah,
the Earn It
so-
bill that is going to be essentially banning end-to-end encryption was just unanimously passed. We've got the CIA mass surveillance program was just revealed by Senator Wyden. Like there's so much stuff. Oh my God. And we rely on Twitter so much for this information.
Naomi, do you want to break down a couple of the bills that you just talked about?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Yeah. Yeah, if
Please.
you want to. So Senator Wyden and Heinrich, I think his name is, they both just released this letter that they had declassified, which basically outlines that the CIA has these secret mass surveillance programs that they're like, both of them are members of the Senate Intelligence Committee. And so they are privy to information that the rest of Congress is not, and that definitely citizens are not. We don't even get close to this information. But essentially, they wrote this letter to the CIA saying, like, we need more transparency. This is completely outside of any judicial oversight. This basically skirts the need for getting warrants, any sort of normal procedure, and the oversight is completely not there. This was signed by executive order, and it's not even surveilled by like the executive branch. There's just no oversight for any of this, and so they're like calling for more transparency, shutdown of this program. Like they're being whistleblowers right now, which is pretty cool. And then the other thing is the Earn It bill, which came out in 2020, and everyone at the time, like Snowden, called it a disgrace at the time. It basically, the guise of this is we're protecting children. This is to stop child porn, all the things that pull at the heartstrings of the population. But it's basically just a bill that says we are setting up a committee that will determine best practices of the internet. And also those guidelines for what constitutes best practices don't exist yet. So we're going to give this committee a blank check to do whatever. Oh, and the committee is going to be led by Lindsey Graham, who's completely against end-to-end encryption. So this all happened in 2020. Everyone went crazy. like privacy advocate and organization was like, what? This is an abomination. And then it, like, obviously 2 years goes by and everyone forgets about it and there's no longer any of the hubbub, and they just passed it unanimously by this committee panel. And so I guess it goes to Congress now, like more people have to vote on it, but it's an abomination. You guys need to dig into it. Obviously the corporate media is saying one thing. I encourage you to dig a little deeper and see what's actually in this bill. They're gonna, it's that meme, right? There's that meme that says, like, internet censorship. How would you like that wrapped? Protecting children or terrorism? So they've opted for the protecting children variants this time. But just dig into it because it's pretty abhorrent how this would change the internet.
I actually remember covering that bill, not into that much detail, but we talked about it on the show. And I always, anytime there's something that is being introduced, I like to play devil's advocate. So I like to cover the pros and I like to cover the cons. And I think that's a very important part of a true decentralized economy. And I also have a video dropping on the true meaning of decentralization, what that means, kind of what that looks like. And it's just my personal opinion. Because in my opinion, a true decentralized economy, you don't get to tell somebody else what to do, no matter how terrible and horrible it is, because they might think that that's okay. And who's really to say that their opinion is wrong, even though society is like, this is yuck, But in a true decentralized economy, you don't get that choice. And I don't think humans are emotionally and physically responsible enough to participate in one to an extent.
Miguel and I have.
So. Go ahead.
Miguel and I have talked about this a lot, and so
it's a hard topic to talk about. I know we're totally changing the topics for today, but I think this is important because it is very relevant to Bitcoin. It is relevant to cryptocurrency. It is relevant to what we all talk about on our shows. If we do not speak out about, educate about what decentralization is, what privacy is, why is this important, and talk about human emotions, because a lot of people just want to focus on the tech. But realistically, the people that are creating this tech are humans. There's human emotions. There's things that go into that. And humans are flawed. Yeah. Humans are beautifully flawed, and they're also terribly flawed. And when you're creating code or when you're creating something that cannot be modified, who's creating it? Like, what is their background? Is this so, like, there's a lot of things that go into it, but I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, you're totally, that's insightful. The thing that I think bothers me the most is that they, just like Naomi was talking about, they'll dress it up in a certain way and package it and say, hey, here it is, and it's this great thing for you, right? But really what they're doing is they are pushing you up against the edge of a cliff and starting to let you look over it first, and you're like, oh wow, okay, that's a far drop. Then they push you a little bit closer, but they hold on to the back of your t-shirt, right? So now you get kind of comfortable. Okay, like I feel okay here. And then basically they keep pushing and pulling back, and at some point you're falling off this freaking cliff, and you look back and you say, how the heck did I get here? Because we are allowing them to slowly but surely take away that freedom. And it does come down to absolute freedom. If we're going to be told by, ultimately, I don't care if it's a person, computer, whatever it is, what we can or can't say, we already have. People are so sensitive, Wendy, Naomi. I mean, you can't say anything anymore. I used to love a good, a good little roasting where people would be able to get into an argument, right? Have that discussion, be on two different sides of it. And it wasn't, hey, I hate you, you're an idiot. It's just, hey, we think differently about this. And now it's cancel culture. And it bleeds right into what we're talking about right now. I grew up
Sorry, go ahead.
Right.
Yeah, I grew up in the 90s. So like literally in the 90s, what would happen? Because we didn't have social media, you would either get beat up or you guys would shake hands. Yeah. That's what you would. Or both. And generally, like, because I used to hang out with musicians, go to gigs and all kinds of stuff. And the boys would do, and the girls, I used to hang out with the rough crowd. You literally would get in fist fights, and then you would shake hands and go drink a beer after.
Yep, 100%. I'm with it.
Can we do a show that just dives into your upbringing and your? I feel like you have a lot of cool anecdotes, and I am here for it.
I'm here for it too.
So this is the thing. I decided last week that I am going to publish an autobiography. I need somebody to help write it for me. It's going to be about my early life before I got into crypto. But half of it is going to be true and half of it is going to be very, very untrue. And people can get to pick and choose what they want to believe, because people spread so many lies about me on the internet anyways. So I think it would be funny, and people are going to get so mad anyways about my past lifestyle. So I'm just going to do that. I think it's funny. And then I will leave the internet completely.
So you're going to be actively trolling
Don't
the
leave
entire
us.
community.
No.
You're going to be actively
Don't
trolling
leave
everyone with
us.
half truths. Okay.
Because they people spread half truths anyways. Like there was this investors thing. They said I invested in Casta. Somebody posted about me and they were sharing it around. And I'm like, I didn't invest in Casta. And people are still sharing it. And I'm just like, you are literally spreading misinformation. You know that this is fake and you're spreading it to harm me.
There's some Casta drama.
There was a big issue with that. Me and the team,
it's their right to do so, and it's my right to refute it. Yeah. So, anyways, let's talk about this next topic here. I think this is kind of important, and I want to hear your guys' thoughts on this. Let me go ahead and share my screen quickly. All right, so this one here.
this came out. Oh, this was on the 8th. Let's talk about this one. This one is more relevant. New Hampshire governor issues executive order establishing commission to study crypto. The commission will have until August 8th to submit report regarding the current status of cryptocurrency and digital asset industry. I went ahead and I read through this, but basically, I believe that they're looking for 3 experts to go ahead and do so. And this is going to be in the state of New Hampshire. Now, the interesting thing about it is that I feel like the United States is like super behind everything. Like why are we just establishing a work group now?
Power. That's the answer. Power. Because ultimately crypto takes away power from our government, and they've been trying to play footsie with the idea of crypto and basically entertain the fact, and like they know that it's there, but they're not willing to like allow it to actually, like, they're trying to basically, let's see how long we can push this away while we know that it's there. I don't know. That's how I feel about it. What do you think, Naomi?
Yeah, I think that New Hampshire's a very interesting case because they're kind of awesome and do a lot of things that are very hands off and just kind of let things move. And I know that they've been trying to pass bills that follow, like recently they had a hearing where they're trying to pass some bills that Wyoming passed. So Wyoming was amazing. Caitlin Long was amazing in setting up and being a trailblazer for saying, like, we're setting up these special purpose depository institutes so that we can bypass, FDIC insurance, which basically like controls the banking system and, dictates who can and can't have a bank account. We're going to shut down, marijuana industry. We're going to shut down crypto. We're going to shut down sex workers. Whatever we decide is high risk, we're going to shut it down. So Caitlin Long kind of came up with this special purpose depository institute bill, and that passed, and so they're moving along with that, which is awesome. There are some other awesome bills that they passed, and Wyoming kind of became this leader in the crypto community in the United States, just from a regulatory perspective. New Hampshire's trying to follow suit. They've been trying for a while. I think it's been taking them a while. I wish they had moved faster, but they're definitely moving in the right direction. Definitely, I mean, if you compare it to somewhere like New York, and I know we're going to be talking about like later.
California.
Oh my God, it's apples to oranges. New Hampshire is like Mecca, and so I'm pretty excited by this. They're looking at good people from the community. There's a lot of crypto activity in New Hampshire. I mean, you've got Library, the decentralized video platform based here. You've got like lots of different people in the crypto community based here. So they've got some really cool, like Bruce Fenton is based here.
Great.
Yeah. Lots of really cool people based in New Hampshire. So I'm interested to see where this leads.
Yeah, one of the things, like, because I'm in California, and to me, it's just super sad, like what has happened to California, because we used to be the leader in tech. And the cool thing about the thing I love about California, and because I've been to different states, is that we're so diverse. We're literally a melting pot. Like everybody is mixed with something. Like I'm all these different parts. My daughter's father's all these different parts. My daughter's like all these beautiful things. And most people are just, we're so mixed out here, and we're very different from other states, because in other states, everybody's like a specific thing. And you don't have a big melting pot of cultures. So California is a really, really unique place, but we're also super poor. Like California, even though we have the highest taxes, we have so much poverty here. There's literally like 50% of people that are supporting the rest of the people. And there's so many issues here. And I think that cryptocurrency and blockchain technology can really, really not only stimulate our economy, but really help our people out, help get them educated, help get them kind of, doing ththings that they like to do, help with jobs, help with so many different things, help with tracking different aspects, especially government spending. Like it's so upsetting to me to see California, like we're focusing on the dumbest stuff in California. We're focusing on these social issues that are very minuscule to what needs to kind of be addressed. We really need to, one of the things that I think that there's a massive wealth gap. And I feel like there's a lot of issues that stem from a wealth gap. When you have very, very poor people and very, very rich people, there's that big gap in between. And a lot of times it doesn't have to do with the physical differences. It has to do with the wealth gap. And I think that California has an opportunity to fix that wealth gap if they were to be more positive when it comes to cryptocurrency and blockchain technology. Because realistically, I don't support taxes. I think taxes are stupid and the Fed, yada, yada. But at the same time, we have to pay our taxes. Like I always advocate for paying taxes because nobody needs to go to jail over something ridiculous because they will incarcerate you. We pay our taxes on everything. And realistically, what they can do with this, and they can say, because they don't understand most, like, I don't even know. I feel like they have like a template to go ahead and to write these bills that are like 8,000 pages long and like very hard to understand English, which that's a whole another topic, but approve it, pass it, tax it, improve your economy. Like what are we doing here? And it's really cool to see states like Florida and New Hampshire and Wyoming kind of just thrive. But it's also upsetting because when you're in a state and you see what the problem is, obviously the problems are more in depth. But when you see what the biggest problem is and you can't do anything to fix it, it's just frustrating. And that's why I advocate for people to go out and to talk and to tell their representatives, hey, let's do this. Because if we do make enough noise, then there's a possibility to change.
I think they're stifling innovation by trying to push it to fight against something that obviously is here, and I think it's here to stay. I don't really understand what the long game is. I understand the short game of positioning, maneuvering, getting themselves prepared for what they think they're going to be up against. But the reality is, if they were willing to open the doors and say, okay, let's sit down at the table, let's have a real deal conversation, like it sounds like New Hampshire is going to do, I feel like they would literally be opening themselves up, not just for just a better result economically, but they're also, just like you said, Wendy, yeah, we are going to end up paying taxes, and you're adding a whole nother layer there that they would be able to bring in more funds there too. I don't know. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me.
Well, that's what they did with the marijuana industry in I was going to say Canada, in Colorado, is they passed it, but they said they passed it and they raised taxes super high on it, which, okay, fine. But supposedly some of those tax dollars were supposed to go to fund schools. Right. And you can play devil's advocate with that all you want, but at the same time, it's like, I think that's great. Like that you have, and a lot of people don't understand that when you're talking about regulators, you do, like, people in crypto have this delusion that, I'm crypto, I'm not paying my taxes, F the Fed, I'm going to fight, I'm going to do this, like, I'm going to be anonymous on the internet. Guess what? You can be anonymous all you want. It is very, very, very hard to stay anonymous for that amount. Go ahead, Naomi.
I was just going to add to that. So I'm not sure if you guys are aware of Peter Schiff's history. So his father, Erwin Schiff, was a very hard advocate against taxes, and he died in jail of, I think it was cancer, because he just refused. That was his hill that he wanted to die on. I mean, I think it's noble to fight for something that you believe in so staunchly, but also, as you say, Wendy, when someone has a gun to your head and they force you to do something, it's probably better that you just do it. Like, pick your battles. And I'm staunchly against taxes as well, but I do not think that you should be going up against the federal government who has so much power. Like, pick your battles. I think that there are other ways to participate in an agorist economy that gives you back your freedoms, rather than doing things that, the government clearly is spending so many resources into stopping you from doing. Like, they do not want tax evasion. They're coming down hard. I would be very careful if you're in the crypto industry. I would be very careful of what you're doing, because the internet is not as private as you think it is, with the Bitfinex hack that happened and all the chain analytics that went into that. I mean, it was illuminating the way chain analytics doesn't matter if you're going in and out of privacy coins, guys. Just a heads up. That's not how chain analytics They're not following the UTXO history. They're following patterns. They're using ML. They're clustering things into group. They're saying, well, this same amount of money moved here and here. That might be related. They're using ML to figure out what is actually related. And that's how they're tracking people. And they're doing parallel construction. There's so many like advanced, ridiculously advanced tools that they're using to track this stuff. So if you think that because you're using a VPN, you're protected, it's like, no, they got subpoenas to all these VPN companies. So
I think
come on.
Naomi, you and Wendy could do a great rap video, emulating what we saw. I mean, I'd be
Okay.
there for that. I'm tell you what, that would get some views. You two get
Let's
together,
do it.
give us one of these rap videos.
I'm
I'm all
up for
about
it.
it.
Well, this is the thing. I pay my taxes on everything. I have a CPA that is also an attorney. They do both at their firm. I send them all my data and I say, just tell me how much to pay. And it's like very upsetting to me because I pay a lot of taxes, but I literally everything, the channel, literally everything goes to them. And the good thing is that, God forbid something happens to me, like I get dinged or whatever, we can say we've tried, we've done our best.
Right.
And I've been advised that if you're doing your best and you're actively paying, then they're going to be more lenient against you. And also too, this is the thing. A lot of people in crypto are so end all be all. And I've taken a lot of heat for talking about paying taxes and, working with legislators, but people don't understand that nowhere in history where people people are able to kind of go in and like take over things, but there's still always some sort of negotiation that's done. You have to be able to negotiate. You have to. And it might not end the exact way you wanted it to end, but it is better to negotiate with somebody and say I'll do this and you do that, blah blah blah. You're never going to have 100% perfection with anything, because we're dealing with humans. We're dealing with human psychology, human emotions, different cultures, all of those different aspects, and we have to be able to go in and articulate an argument and say why don't I want to do this. Taxes they're literally never going to go away. So at least if we come in with an argument stating we should do X, Y, and Z, we might be able to get X done. And they say, well, we're not going to do Y and Z. So at least if you can come in and present an argument as to why this should happen or why you don't think it should happen, you might get a little bit of a mini victory. And I think that we should celebrate mini victories. And I also want to add, again, and I'm always going to keep saying this, be careful what you guys vote in. Be careful what you vote in, because in the United States, and I don't know how it is where you are, Naomi, but in the United States, once we get a bill passed, they are so hard to repeal, super, super hard to repeal. And once that bill is passed, sometimes they utilize it for case law and all types of stuff. And the way that the legal system in the United States, how it works is a lot of these judges, they will go and they will base their decision on past case law. And that's why the XRP Ripple fight against the SEC is so important. You guys can, people can hate Ripple all they want. And I had an issue with Ripple for a long time, but at the end of the day, I am on their side because they are the only ones that have the balls to stand up against the government, and they have the money to do so, and they can fight. They're doing their best to fight. They're probably, and that's why I think that they're going to come up and settle. But I really think as a crypto community, I don't care if you're a Bitcoiner or not, we kind of need to unite against this stuff and stand together, because there's always going to be people that have a difference of opinion of you, and that's okay. But if we're having this massive inner fighting, what are we going to accomplish? It's literally, if Ripple loses this lawsuit, it's still bad for Bitcoin, however you want to place it. Because
it's not just Ripple as well. It's LBRY is being sued by the SEC, and they've been fighting them for 3 years.
I didn't know that.
It's like, it's insane what the precedents that they've set in that, what the SEC is charging with them. I mean, that's going to destroy the entire crypto space. And it's crazy that we have crypto people who are looking at this saying, well, I don't use LBRY, it doesn't affect me, or I don't use
it does
XRP,
though
it doesn't affect me. It affects all of them. They're literally saying that because these tokens have monetary value on an open market, it's a security. It's like, what, like this jar has monetary value on an open market. This is not security, as like they're claiming everything. It's ridiculous. And so LBRY has been fighting them as well. You guys can check out, I think it's called Help LBRY, spelled LBRY, savecrypto.com. I think that's their website. But anyway, they've got petitions, they've got things you can sign. I mean, there are lots of people fighting. Like, it's not just what we hear. I know so many people who I have heard rumors are under gag orders who are also fighting with the SEC. Like, there's a lot going on. The SEC is just in this totalitarian, let's clamp down on the entire crypto space and let's become Tsar. Like, Gensler wants to be the Tsar of crypto. So it's just, I mean, it's a scary situation.
And
the
it
other thing
at
that-
the end of the day, it impacts Bitcoin. It really,
Yeah.
really does. Because people, even though people are like, oh, Satoshi's anonymous, Bitcoin will never be security, da, 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 da. Well, yeah, it might not be a security in 2022, but what about in 20 years? What happens if
Right.
all of these crypto companies fail and they lose their fight against the SEC? And then 20 years from now, or 10 years from now, or whenever, 100 years, I don't know. What happens if the SEC comes back and like, you know what, we're going to utilize this case law and we're going to apply it to Bitcoin.
Yeah.
They can 100% do that. 100%. I don't think these maximalists understand how detrimental that it is. And it's very upsetting to me because
Mhm.
I get the difference of opinion, and everybody is entitled to their own opinion, no matter how good or terrible they are. It also ties into the true decentralized economy. People in Bitcoin maximalists, they want a decentralized economy. They fight for it. They're like, decentralized economy. It talks about in Satoshi's white paper. But at the same time, when we're actually in a decentralized economy and there's a difference of coins or a difference of opinions, Bitcoin maximalists will absolutely have a meltdown. And they
Yeah.
don't understand. Like, you can call an altcoin a shitcoin all you want. That's fine. I say that too. It's funny. But at the same time, I still support, like, if you want to invest in eyeglasses coin or iPhone coin or whatever coin you want, that's your right to do so. Like, who cares? Just because I think that this has no monetary value or it's not going to benefit or improve my quality of life doesn't mean that it's not going to be beneficial for you. Like, there's so many different people that have different wants and needs and dreams and desires. And when you're telling them what they can and can't do, like, what makes me better than you to tell you what you get to do? I'm just a human. We're literally all humans. We came into this world the same way we're going to leave the world. We are all going to be put into the ground somewhere, some form, and that's it. And we're literally humans. Like, it doesn't matter. And I think that mentality is just so frustrating to me to see, and like to see us bickering over the dumbest petty things.
Yeah, and then so you were talking about be careful what you vote for. The one thing in the US anyway, the one thing that I absolutely despise is, and thankfully we have some checks and balances as it relates to people actually digging in, but we have, and I think they call them add-ons, and basically the bill will be about, let's just use this. So the bill will be about crypto, and embedded in that bill is something that has absolutely zero to do with crypto, that is out in left field. And so that's what I hate, when you like get a bill and you're like, yeah, vote yes on issue 1. Da, da, da. It's like, wait a minute, do you know what else is in that bill? Because this is what you're voting for as well.
They literally will, in the United States, they will literally give you a bill. They will put a bill out. And that's why I was that's why I support El Salvador so much. The president came out with, I think the page was like 7 or 8 pages for the bill for Bitcoin to be legal tender. It was in pretty, it wasn't super crazy to hard to read,
was it
understand.
2,000 pages to be read
Yeah.
by
United States, they put bills out there. They're like 1,000 pages or 500 pages. They are not in plain English, and they're not teaching you plain English, or they're not teaching you these complex words in public school. And he put this bill out, and it was just beautiful. It was like easy to understand, easy to read, and people got it. In the United States, we don't do that. We put out like 1,000-page bills. We put all this crap in there that's not even related to the topic at hand, and they pass them through, and a lot of people, and it's so sad because I look on the political pages, like the tweets or TikToks, like Gavin Newsom. I'm reading through some of the comments, and people are like cheering on, and I'm like, do you not understand what is happening? Like, do you not understand how detrimental it is? Just because this doesn't impact you, it's going to impact somebody you know. It's going to impact, it's such a bigger issue than what they're putting out there. And it's very sad. It's very sad that we are so uneducated, and we have freaking information at the tips of our fingers, and people are so lazy, they refuse to look into it. And I'm thinking to myself, like, I grew up poor. When I was 7 years old, my parents split up. I grew, we didn't have money then. I grew up super poor, and I was in public school. So I'm not super tech savvy either. I don't come from this like crazy educational background. Didn't go to MIT. I don't have all these whatever, but I will go and I will research things to the best of my ability. And it just makes me kind of sad for people that they refuse to do that, just to educate yourself on the bare minimum. And also too, you want people to respect and understand your culture, but you're not willing to respect and understand somebody's culture. Like, get out of here. Ridiculous.
Preach, Wendy. I love
facts,
that.
big facts.
So
big facts.
So I know y'all got to go. So appreciate you guys being on the show with me today. Any final closing thoughts for the audience?
I love your rants. I love your spirit. And I hope that everyone after this show goes and checks out the lawsuit against the SEC. I mean, it's not just that people may not understand, it's not just the SEC suing Ripple. The XRP community has banded together and have a lawsuit against SRC because they said, listen, this delisting from all of these exchanges is detrimental to the price of their coin. Like, you've destroyed my savings. Like, this is ridiculous. And so they're fighting that. So check that out. I think it's John Deaton is the lawyer who's in charge of that. Check out Library's website. They're doing some awesome work. See how you can get involved and galvanize and change the culture around crypto so it's less tribal and is more collaborative, because we're all fighting the same battle here. We're fighting for monetary freedom, for the choice of whatever currency it is that we want to use. And we won't have that choice if we allow the government to persecute and pick winners and losers in this sphere. We don't want to give them that power. So get involved and just get educated, as Wendy said.
Also, so to you guys, this might not impact you, but it's going to impact your future generations. And if you're somebody that doesn't decide to have kids, that's fine. But at the same time, the children are our future. And I know it sounds kind of like cringe to say, but it's 100% true. And their innocence brought into this world. Let's create a better future for them, for all of the children. Let's give them a fighting chance at life.
Because if you look at the way things are now, and this isn't just me talking as a parent, it's just,
Well, that was Wendy O and Naomi and Crypto Keeper. So basically, they're talking about the SEC lawsuit, the XRP, the children, the future, people who don't have much money and come from a financial, wealthy background. Crypto is for everybody. So do your research. If you're watching the Super Bowl tomorrow, there's a lot of language that people don't understand because, like she was saying, she's not tech savvy, neither am I. And most chances are neither are you if you're watching. And I do challenge, if you are into crypto and you have a whole lot of education, experience, time in the space, I invite you to come on my platform and speak with me. We can have conversations, tell us stuff so we can put it out, put the material out to my subscribers. And obviously people are interested, but they're scared. And I understand that. It took me a couple of years to even put my first investment into crypto. So I challenge anybody. You don't have to leave a comment on this live. You can go to any of my other lives. I do get my notifications. If there's a comment, leave a comment, give me a contact information, and we'll set up something where you can come on my stream and we can educate. And if you have nothing, no type of knowledge about crypto and you have a million questions, I welcome you to come on my platform too, as long as I can answer it to the best of my ability and honestly, and that's what I'm here for. And that's basically all I got to say. But while you're watching the Super Bowl on Sunday, besides the halftime show that everybody's excited about, pay attention. You're going to see and hear a lot of things about crypto. Crypto.com, FTX, FTT, XRP, Dogecoin. There's so many things. Just pay attention. Tomorrow's going to be the Crypto Bowl. It's unbelievable. I believe it's the first Super Bowl that's going to have so much money in paid ads from cryptocurrency. And that's going to bring a whole new market into the crypto space, because people are going to sit there and go, wow, I heard about crypto and now I'm seeing it on the Super Bowl. This must be real. I understand people are scared. And I will repeat myself over and over until I build a platform and a team of subscribers and we become one classroom basically, and we can all learn and grow together. I have one viewer. Hello and thank you for watching. And if you didn't catch this live stream, even if it's just a video on my channel, you can comment. I do read the comments and I thank you. I don't have a big audience once I'm live, but I appreciate anyone who watches this video. Once again, I welcome you. I invite you to come on my channel and come on the panel and we'll speak about crypto, whether you have experience or you don't. No question is a dumb question, and anything that you can come on my channel and educate myself and my subscribers. As long as it's positive information, you're welcome to come on. And that's all I'm asking. That's what I'm here for. Crypto Granny, Bobby, Bob, Bob, Bob. Pay attention to the Super Bowl. Be safe. Don't drink and drive. And have a blessed evening. I'm going to sit around a few minutes and I'm going to check the market one more time before I go. We will close with a market check. It's going to be crazy tomorrow. It's going to be crazy tomorrow. 42,278 Bitcoin. Ethereum is at 29.14. XRP is 82 cents. It's up almost 8%. Cardano is down 1.72% at 105. Dogecoin is still 14 cents. Crypto.com is still 49 cents. That's going to be a great buy. Just keep our eyes open and see what happens. Everybody have a blessed evening. They will be regulating crypto soon in the United States. Nobody knows enough about it, but there has to be some type of regulation. Hopefully that'll stop a lot of people from, just buying garbage coins that are listed on the exchange. It could probably save a lot of people time and headaches. Regulations are good. A lot of people are so greedy they don't want it regulated, but it's okay because it's so early in the game. They're going to keep changing the regulations once they do some. But basically, if the government says they're banning crypto, they're banning crypto. There's nothing we could do about it but cash out and say it was a great deal while we had it. But crypto is here to stay. Banks are adopting crypto, and we are in 2022. In 2032, I'd say in 10 years from now, crypto is going to be part of every day. It's going to be part of the norm, and it is the future. I feel it's not going nowhere. But the regulations that they're making, I'm hoping they regulate what we call shit coins. If they regulate the shit coins, and there's stuff out there like with warnings saying this has no utility, this is just for fun, like you might as well throw your money in the garbage or light it with a match. And if you still want to buy it with a warning, then that's on you and more power to you. But I feel the regulations will help so people don't lose their money and they don't get scared and shaken out. I look like a ghost. Hey. But anyway, thanks again. Good night. God bless. It's been a long, long day. See you tomorrow. Enjoy the Super Bowl. Watch out for those crypto commercials. God bless. Crypto Granny. Bobby, Bob, 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 Bobby. Peace.